Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of our much loved webinar series Starstruck. I'm Kino Kang, your host for today. I work with HSBC India and I take care of consumer insights and brand. As I'm your host today, I can promise you that the next 1 hour or so that you spend with us will be very interesting and engaging because today we have a very special guest. She's a supermodel, a reality show TV champion, and also an actress. You would have seen her in shows like Jhalak Dikhla Ja, Khatron Ke Khiladi, and not to miss Big Boss. You would have also seen her and noticed her noteworthy performances in some of the movies like Rockstar, Game, and Begum Jaan. She's not just an amazing actress, she's a great dancer and also known for her lively and candid demeanor. Currently, you can watch her in her latest web series on Hotstar special called The Office, where you can see her in a comedy avatar. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already guessed, please join me in welcoming the very fabulous and very talented Gauhar Khan.
Hi, Kino.
It's an absolute pleasure to... Hi, Gauhar. It's an absolute pleasure to have you with us today. Just before we start our conversation, I'll just like to tell our audiences that there's a question tab below your screen. So let's keep the session interactive. Please keep the questions flowing. Once we've received a few questions from the audience, I'll be taking them up and asking the same to Gauhar on your behalf. So, Gauhar, can we begin?
Sure. But my debut film was Rocket Singh, not Rockstar. Just as a minor correction.
Noted that. We did mean Rocket Singh, and I think nobody can forget your great performance as Koina.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. It was one of my dearest characters that I did. So yeah, thank you.
Sure. So, Gauhar, our audiences, would really like to know a little more about you and your journey, how you started off. So what we know is that you started your career way back in 2002 with Femina Miss India, and that too at a very young age of 17 or 18. So yes. Can we go back to that point in time and hear a little more about you, how you started out as a model and what was it to be like, getting into the model glamour biz?
Actually, I was already modeling in Pune when I was hardly 14. I started off doing ramp in Pune when I was a child. I was 10 or 12 years old when my mom actually enrolled me in summer camp modeling classes. That's what they used to call it. And I was doing lots of things in Pune before I actually went into Miss India. And you're actually correct. I was 17, 18 at that time. It was great. It was my dad who showed me the article of Miss India, because back then Miss India used to be this huge, annual event that the entire country used to look forward to. So I did my auditions, I got selected, I became Miss India International. From there itself, I got spotted by some of the best choreographers of the country, and I directly jumped into being a ramp model. That's what they call it here. I did the catwalk, and I was fortunate that a lot of great choreographers, like Lubna Adams, Mark Robinson, and Aputanya, and everybody who spotted me back then, Anu Ahuja, they immediately, started giving me shows, and I became... For 6-7 years, I was one of the top, models of the country, and I was doing all shows possible. But my heart was in performing arts, so I really didn't. I knew that I wasn't going to be there forever as a model, because I just didn't have it in me to be there. It's one of the toughest industries. But yes, I always had this hope that I'm going to be an actor one day, and I'm going to be the showstopper one day in these fashion shows. And that's exactly what happened. So I'm very, very blessed.
But Gauhar, you said that you wanted to be an actor, and you decided that modeling was not where you wanted to be, but you were a showstopper in a lot of fashion shows,
Yeah.
And so. Yeah, so we just want to know that how did you then transition from, I think you moved to TV then, and your sister at that point in time was already an actress. So was she also an inspiration? And like when you did leave modeling, yeah, you had set your eyes on, being an actress. But how was the transition? Because, theater is more intense and modeling is more glamour. So how did you kind of make that transition?
I always knew that I was a nautanki. I was born nautanki. I don't remember a single childhood picture where I'm standing straight. I was always either like that or something like that. So my mom already knew that she's not going to be a desk job kind of a girl. So when I started modeling, you were correct. My sister was already one of the top models of the country, and she was already doing television back then. But for me, I think the transition happened when I got an offer for Jhalak Dikhla Ja. This was in 2009. And at that time, Jhalak Dikhla Ja's format was, they used to pick out the best from all fields. A chef, a sportsman, a model, an actor, and all of that. And that's what the show's format was. And that particular year, I got the offer and I said, wow, here's my chance to show that I can dance, Of course, back then, even now, ramp models are not that known in the mass, the masses don't know them. So for me, I would never get the votes in Jhalak, but I would always beat the competition because of my dance. So I made it to the finals. I actually came second, which was fabulous for me. I got very excited about that. But during Jhalak Dikhla Ja is when I got the audition call for Rocket Singh. I remember it was in the very first performance when I did my first act. That week I got a call for an audition saying, would you like to, give an audition? It's Yash Raj film. Then I was like, oh, of course. So I did 5 rounds of audition for Rocket Singh. There were about 200 girls that were tested for my role, Koina Sheikh. And the interesting trivia about that is that the original character's name was Koina Mukherjee. But because I kept passing every audition of mine and they loved me so much, I'm talking about Shimit sir and Jaideep Sahni, they both were so important in my life to kind of give me that direction into the actor that I eventually became. I really, really thank them for that. But after clearing all the audition rounds, they said, I know she doesn't look Bengali. I know she doesn't have big eyes. But somehow her acting just surpasses everything. So they changed the character name to call it Koina Sheikh. And I was like, wow, that's conviction, right? They were so convinced in me being their Koina that they changed a little bit of the character. And I was very fortunate to have worked with Ranbir and everybody from the cast, and of course Yash Raj film. So that's how it happened. And after Jhalak, of course, I did Rocket Singh, I did Game, and then I did Zangura, which was the theatre show you're talking about, which was the live extravaganza, the musical. I've done over 1,200 shows of that. So the transition, I would say, was pretty gradual and easy, not in terms of, how much I didn't have to struggle. I struggled a lot through my modeling years and, to get that initial break. But I also believe that God somehow, he plans it for you around the time that he thinks is best for you. And that's how it happened for me.
Sure. So, Gaura, you mentioned about, very, very interesting anecdote on how the name of Koina Mukherjee was changed to Koina Sheikh. Yeah. And so, when you were going to sign in for the movie and, you were auditioning, and Ranbir Kapoor, obviously, the heartthrob. And and I think so. How did you decide on this role? Because, being Ranbir Singh, most people would want to star opposite him. But again, your role was not opposite him, but also a very interesting role. I would say very integral to the storyline, very integral to the film. And actually, I think you were seen.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, so I just thought that, how did you then take that call?
Yeah. It's such an interesting question that you've asked me, and I, in fact, give you credit for that because you've spoken my mind. Rocket Singh, of course, there was Ranbir Kapoor, and the way it happened was they believed in me so much. I'm talking about Shimit Amin sir and Jaideep Sahni sir. They believed in me so much. They just gave me the script in my hand. I was not an actor back then. I had just started off. I was just a known model and all of that. And they gave me the script. They told me to sit. I sat for 3-4 hours in Yash Raj Studios. I read the entire script in one day. It was my first experience reading a script, and I couldn't believe that I was getting that opportunity, that it was my call, that I had to take this call whether I want to do this film or not. And when I read the script, I knew that this girl's role is the only important part when it comes to making an impact as a girl, as a female character in the film. And that's what happened. Koina was a part of a team which had 4 men, and she was the only girl in it. And that was the film about. That's what the film was about. It was about these 4 people, these 5 people coming together and making this their own company, and how they change things around their lives. And I just believed in the character so much, and I was just ecstatic. Like, even today, if you ask me, inside me, I get butterflies thinking, wow, like I got this opportunity, like I was Koina Sheikh. So for me, I think it was a blessing to have worked with Ranbir in my very first film. Ranbir is I call him the own, like the true superstar of the industry, because when he's on set, he's not a star's son, or he's not a star himself. He's just an actor, and he makes you feel so comfortable, and he's just lovely to work with. So when I got this as my first film, I feel I've just been truly blessed that this was my beginning. Yeah. Also because Koina Sheikh's character gave me credit. It gave me a lot of credibility as an actor, and I remember the reviews even today. Every review of the film mentioned me, and I was like, wow, this is really happening to me. I'm known as a good actor. Like, wow. So yeah, Rocket Singh was fabulous for me.
Yeah, I remember you even won some awards for your first movie as your debut. So that was quite commendable.
Debut and supporting actor. Yeah. I won for debut and for supporting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, Gaurav, going on from the journey from there, you did a lot of amazing films, and you've been very versatile in your choice of roles. So, you did a very intense role in Begum Jaan, and then you were also in the rom-com Badrinath Ki Dulhania. You also done some bit of suspense in Game and others. So how do you manage this versatility? Does it come naturally to you? Do you have to really work hard for it?
As an actor who comes from a non-filmy background, or somebody who doesn't really have a godfather or someone to guide them through, I think one thing I was very sure about in my career, that I'm not going to compromise on the kind of work that I'm going to do. I'm not going to do work just because I'm opposite someone, or मेरे इस picture में कितने गाने हैं, या मैं heroine हूँ या नहीं. For me, all those things didn't matter. For me, I just wanted to be known as, अगर अच्छी एक्ट्रेस चाहिए तो गौहर खान को फोन करो. That's what I have been able to achieve in whatever capacity that I have, and that for me is, I feel, wow, like it's actually it was possible for me to prove that I'm a good actor, and for directors to believe in me. So when Sujit sir, who's a national award winning director, he tells me that tum meri Rubina ho, that's like, wow, really, like I don't even need to audition for it. Then of course Game, and I've worked with such amazing directors. I've worked with Habib Faisal sir in Ishaq Zadeh, and I have just had the best time choosing and being able to say yes or no for roles. There are so many roles that I've actually said no for, Kino, because they think that, there are a lot of people who think that aap to har role aapko aata hoga, you would jump with joy. That's not what happens with me. For me, I have to be very careful about what I choose, about me not getting stereotyped, into a certain kind of a genre. So for me, when I took that special appearance in Badrinath Ki Dulhania, I knew that it was a rom-com, but my role was of this inspector. And it was a special appearance. It was a very small role in the film. But I felt like it would be a good package. The cast is good, the banner is good, the director is fabulous. Of course, there was Varun and Alia. And it's funny that people actually remember Badrinath Ki Dulhania for me. Like, it's crazy that I was on a flight once, and this guy comes up to me. It was a South Indian sector, I think. And he comes up to me and he says, Lakshmi, Inspector Lakshmi. And I'm like, oh God, how did you even remember my character's name? Because I didn't remember my character's name. I'm like, wow. So, the film world and the acting world has such a great impact on everybody. That's why I feel like it's a responsibility for me to choose my roles correctly. And that when people leave the theatre, they can remember Gauhar Khan for my acting capabilities, and not for, oh, ye achhi lag rahi thi, ya ye iske opposite hai. Those are the kind of barriers I wanted to break in my career. And thankfully now, mashallah, with the web world and the kind of work I'm doing in the web world, I can tell that yes, एक वो बना पाई हूँ मैं कि जब किसी को कोई credible actor की जरूरत होती है, then they do pick up the call and talk to me. So I feel like it's been about choices for me, about how I choose my roles.
Sure. So, Gauhar, so far, which is your favorite movie and your favorite character?
That is really a difficult question. It's like asking a mother, "Aapka favorite bachcha kaun sa hai?" But I think the roles that
Okay, so let me rephrase it for you. So, if there was one role that you would want to do again, and you would just say that yeah, this is what like comes to my mind every time I think of my acting. What is that movie and what's that role?
I think a film that was very challenging for me as an actor was Begum Jaan, and it was such a big ensemble cast, and yet I had to stand out as Vidya Balan's right hand girl, and she was a sex worker, and I had that complicated scene with Pito Bash in the film, where eventually in the reviews that was the one scene that got spoken of very highly. And I was like, wow, like amazing. मतलब review में मेरा नाम पढ़ के ना मैं बहुत ज़्यादा excite हो जाती हूँ. So I think Begum Jaan was something where I felt that I had grown as an actor. I had transitioned as an actor.
Yeah.
Although commercially it didn't do well, it didn't do very well. But for me, it gave me a big, like a pat on my back that even with, mashallah, Vidya in the film, and I'm a huge fan of Vidya Balan, by the way, and with so many lovely girls in the film, my name was remembered and my role, Rubina's role, was remembered. So I felt very, very good about that.
Yeah, I think and that was maybe a film that resonates very well with your personality also, because the character was very strong, and it's one of my favorite movies, by the way. So
yeah,
so I really liked you in that movie as well. And Gauhar, just so we have Begum Jaan on one end, where your character is very strong, and it's an intense movie, and then you did these really catchy songs which were on everybody's minds, in Ishq Zade, Chokra Jwan, and the other one. So where did you learn the dance for that? Was it an outcome of your practice in Jhalak Dikhla Ja, or you like actually learned professional belly dancing for that?
No, actually, I have never been trained in any form of dance. What happens with me is, even in Jhalak, when I did new dance forms, I can grasp very fast. Like for me in my life, I think because my parents are good dancers and everybody in my family can dance really well, we have a sense of rhythm in us. So for me, I can pick up any dance form like that. Like if you tell me, 2 दिन में आपको ये सीखना है, मैं सीख जाऊंगी, because मुझ में वो grasping capability है. तो I think वो काम आता है मुझे no matter what. And also, like, I've done lots of songs. I've done Parda Parda, which was another huge hit. I've done these 2 songs. I've done Curves Mere Killer Killer. I've done so many songs where every song was very unique in their style. And for me, to have worked with the likes of course, the late Saroj Khan ji, she was extremely special to me. I cannot believe that I've actually got the opportunity to work with her in a Hollywood film. It was an English production, and she choreographed a Mujra for me, and I was like, wow, I can't believe I get to do this. Then there was Chini ji and Rekha ji for Ishq Zade. There was Raju Khan for Parda Parda. There was Ganesh Acharya for my very first song in Aan. So I've done, mashallah, great work with amazing choreographers, and that's how I get to learn and pick it up on the job. Yeah.
Great to know that, Gauhar. Wish I could dance like you, because that's something I really admire.
So
okay, Gauhar. Also, let's come to a little bit of your TV shows, and especially Bigg Boss.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us a little about all these competition shows that you've participated in? Obviously, Bigg Boss is top of mind. So what was your experience during Bigg Boss? And I know you would have been asked this question again, but just because you've participated in so many of these reality shows, are they really scripted, or is it actually you go by the flow of it?
I don't know about all the other shows, but I can definitely tell you that Bigg Boss is not scripted. It's actually very easy to judge a show like Bigg Boss, because people think that कोई इतना क्यों लड़ेगा, कोई इतना क्यों चिल्लाएगा, कोई इतना क्यों ये करेगा, किसी को प्यार क्यों होगा. All of that, happens. It's but natural to think that. But there's absolutely no script involved in Bigg Boss. Nobody tells you to be a certain way, and that's exactly what worked for me. For me, I am a very opinionated person. I'm a person who has a view on most things in life, and I don't get scared about keeping my viewpoint. For me, it worked very well that even though I showed my signs of, my characters of how I get angry, how I yell, how I am a strict teacher, how I don't allow others to be, cheating or being their own way. Yes, I'm overpowering in so many ways. But that's who I was. I was real. I didn't pretend to be anybody else. I didn't try and impress people. I was just myself. And that's what worked in my favor. And that's what Bigg Boss is. You can't hide there. You can't pretend to be somebody you're not. The way you are, what your true fabric is, will be brought out in the first, second week, I think. So it's not scripted. It's a fun show. It's it is my favorite show ever, Bigg Boss. And I love being in it. Yeah.
Sure, and I think that's what people appreciated about you, that you were always standing for your point, always not backing off from what you stood for. So Gaurav, how stressful was it for you, to survive those 52 weeks? And if given a chance, would you really like to do a Bigg Boss again? Like, would you do it all over again? Would you again participate in such a show?
I would do Bigg Boss again if given an opportunity, because I love the show's format. I think it's very interesting. I love competition. I love tasks. I just love the format of it. But it depends on timing. If you tell me like today, like would I do Bigg Boss again for competition level? Maybe not. But maybe in the future. I'm never going to say no. I love the show. Yes, it is stressful. Yes, it is bloody stressful. It's like you have to have so much patience in there, because everyone's going to be different. No one's going to be of your liking there. And especially with my personality, oh God, I'm a competition and a threat for everybody from day one. So, so my personality is such that obviously I'm not going to be everyone's best friend. Not because I cannot be, but because they don't see me like that. They'll see me as competition right from the word go, But I love Bigg Boss, and I think I will never, ever, ever stop watching it, ever. I love it.
Sure, and I think your nickname from Bigg Boss was also Gorgeous, if I'm pronouncing it correct, right? Which means Gohar plus courageous.
Yes. My fans called me that.
And what was it supposed to mean?
Well, when I was inside, because
that's for the courageous Gohar?
Yeah, that's actually what my fans called me, because I was courageous enough to keep my point across in a respectful manner, and that's what they called me. So it means so much to me. It means a lot to me that my fans related to me like that. I call them my crazy lot. I don't even call them my fans, because I think they are as crazy as I am, and they give me unconditional, unstopping love that they have had. They've had my back ever since Bigg Boss, and I mean there are a few that have had my back even before Bigg Boss, and it continues even today. But I actually named my fashion brand on that name. I called my clothing line Gorgeous, because I wanted to dedicate it to my fans and tell them how much I loved them, and how thankful I was to them for their support and what they called me and what they think of me.
Sure. So you're an entrepreneur too. Can you tell us a little about your clothing line? Like, is it like formals, casuals, ethnic wear?
It's a bit of everything. It's online, so it's the correct pricing. It's great fabrics. It's of course it's ready to wear kind of clothes. But as of now, because of the COVID thing, it's on a shutdown. So we hope to revive soon once, we are out of this lockdown time and COVID leaves us, hopefully, inshallah.
Yeah. Okay, Gaurav, also coming back to the point on reality shows, you actually, ran your own reality show with your sister called the Khan Sisters. Yeah. So how was that experience? Like, were you comfortable getting the camera into your private life and being totally uncandid and, sharing intimate private moments on camera? Well, or did you hold back? Did you hold back, or was it a completely, bindas, uncensored kind of a show?
I am very comfortable with the camera. I am great with reality shows. So for me, I don't really care about what the world thinks of me or thinks of my life, because I don't actually care. But I'm very comfortable with the camera and reality shows, and that space has been really kind to me. It's all the love that I have today is because of mostly because of my reality shows and the connect that I've had with people. So yes, it's difficult to kind of tell the truth, but the truth always shines. So I don't have anything to hide, and that's why Khan Sisters worked. It worked fabulously. It came much ahead of its time actually in India. That format was very, very, real and raw at that time in 2011. It was almost 9 years now, but it worked, and it's one of the most watched shows even today on YouTube. So people love that show, and they always asking me, when are you coming up with Khan Sisters 2? But we are not. We can't.
Sure. And Gauhar, let's talk about your latest series on Hotstar. So, The Office, which is we know where we see you in a comic role. So, can you tell us a little about the series? And again, how easy is this comic avatar coming to you?
Actually, strangely, my first 2 shows on the web have been comedy. So there is a show on Eros now called Side Hero, which is also one really funny show. And I play Kunal Roy Kapoor's wife in that, ex-wife in that. That's a very funny show. Again, my character is of a very serious person in that, very real, serious person. And even in The Office, my character is the only one which is serious in the entire setup. So it was tough to kind of not laugh around these funny people in the office. But I'm so grateful, for a show that is so huge in the West, whether in the US or UK. The show has done so well, The Office, the original one. And when it came to India, I'm so grateful that it came to me as, the Chadda's boss, Riyab. And it was fun. It was a great opportunity. Hotstar has done great to publicize it. It's done really well for them. The show has done really well for them. And I'm hoping that we could come up with a season 3 also, inshallah. I think 2021, they should, or at least plan to make that show, because the response has been great. I love doing comedy. I think I do have that in me to be able to pull off that timing, but I haven't explored it that much. I'm always the serious character in it, but next time when I do something, I will try and be the person who is making you laugh as well.
Sure. Gaura, I think you're quite, open to doing new things, and you kind of make that effort to learn and, to do things. And, earlier you were speaking about your movies, and I think you also did a Punjabi movie, and you made that effort to learn that language. So did you already know the language, or you just learned it for the movie?
Kino, I must say you've done a lot of research on me, and I'm very impressed because you've got so many facts right. When I did my Punjabi film, meri ek shart thi ki I'm going to dub myself, because I hated the fact that, people do a film but someone else is dubbing for them. And of course, it's not like a South Indian language, which is extremely tough to understand or pick up. I knew Punjabi was fairly, understandable, and I could pick it up quickly. So during the shoot, I started speaking to Jassi, who was my co-actor, and he helped me a lot learning the language and understanding the accent of what it needs to be. So I dubbed it myself, and now I can speak Punjabi properly. But it was my interest level also. I love the language. I love the Punjabi language. It sounds very mithi to me, बहुत प्यारी language है. So,
but that's really great, because I mean to learn a language like that in a short time, it's really commendable.
Thank you. But that's what life and work should be, right? When you're doing something, you should be absolutely 100% in it. Otherwise, I feel there's no point of doing it.
Sure. Gaurav, so other than TV, acting, modeling, what else do you do? So what are your hobbies? So, we were doing some snooping around you, and we got some videos of you playing cricket. So is that a sport you enjoy? Was it something that you did during the lockdown, or do you like other sports as well?
Actually, cricket, because bachpan se my dad is a huge cricket fan. So for me, watching a match of cricket, it used to be with my dad. And he used to tell me, you know, अच्छा ये this is a four and ऐसे छक्का लगता है और ये wide है और ये leg by है और ये slip में जा रहा है. So all those things I learned from my dad, just basically watching a match with him. So my interest level in cricket is pretty high. I do follow IPL and the World Cup and all these series that happen. Of course, in the last 5-6 years, it's been on the low because I've been working too much and I hardly get time for myself. But I enjoy a match of cricket. I enjoy sport. I enjoy any sport actually. Tennis is one of my favorite sports as well, but I don't play anything as of now because where is the time, right? Basically, आप जिम ही चले जाओ उतने में ही time निकल जाता है. Then I have errands to run, I have shoots to do. Of course, during the lockdown time, I played a lot of board games. Like घर पे बैठे, you know, we play Monopoly and we play, of course, the Uno and all those general games. I play a lot of crossword with my mom, and I play Ludo, of course, with my mom. So it's been great that I've had this time to myself in the last 5 months of this lockdown post-COVID life. But now I'm itching to work. Now I'm like, let's just get to shoot and let's start working because otherwise I'm just going to go insane.
Actually, I was going to ask you that because, you know, this quarantine period or this working from home or this lockdown, you know, whatever we may call it, there's been a total lull of activity and, you know, everybody's kind of missing work. But it did give some of us, you know, the quality time to spend at home.
Yeah.
So any tips that you want to share? Like, how did you deal with it?
Oh, I've had the best time during this lockdown time. I've realized so much about myself. I've realized that actually, you know, this dependency that we have on nahi friends ko milna hi hai or, you know, अगर relationship है या नहीं है उसको तो मतलब उसके ऊपर हम पूरा जान दे देते हैं. Calm. I think it has helped me a lot. This post-COVID time for me at least has been some kind of a realization, some kind of a, you know, intelligence dawning upon me that I am good with myself. I need to prioritize my family. I need to prioritize time with, you know, loved ones and utilize it for myself. Relax, not take life so seriously. Whatever job you may do. I think what is life, right? आप सुबह उठते हो, रात को सो जाते हो, सुबह उठते हो, रात को सो जाते हो. Life is what happens between that, and how you are in that matters. And for me, the only way I want to be is happy. मतलब पैसे हैं नहीं है, कुछ हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा है, because I feel like happiness gets you more happiness. Happiness gets you things that you know, the reasons that you could be happy about. If you're gonna sulk and be sad about मेरे साथ ये ठीक नहीं हो रहा, मेरे साथ वो ठीक नहीं हो रहा, तो वो जो हैप्पीनेस का मोमेंट है वो आप पहले तो यूटिलाइज नहीं कर रहे हो और दूसरी चीज आप वो आपसे और दूर होते जा रहा है. So for me that has changed. I mean, of course, that has been my motto always, that happy is the only way I want to be. I only and only desire to be happy. And alhamdulillah, even this lockdown time, after the first 3 months, 4 months, my life has just been the happiest ever. So I feel like I'm truly blessed, and I'm being, not that I'm working. I'm not working also. Last 5 months, there's been no work. But I'm happy. I'm in a happy state of mind, and that's how it's been for me. And everyone should kind of start practicing that, because I feel like happiness gets you more happiness. That's just my funda of life.
Yeah, that's really great to know, and I think a very positive thought too.
Yeah.
Gauhar, before we move on, I'd like to tell you that we have a lot of questions coming, and so maybe I'll take a question from our audience now.
Okay.
So this question is from Danish Khan. So a very interesting question actually. So he says, "Hi Gauhar, it is said that whom we term as beautiful is a reflection of our own values. Today, everyone is beautiful in the fashion world. Do you think the definition or idea of beauty has evolved and shifted positively in India?"
Yeah, absolutely. It's not just about the modeling world. I think high time that people have started connecting beauty not just to your exterior attributes. Thankfully now that whole movement with that Fair and Lovely changing to Glow and Lovely or whatever that is, it has happened over time, and I'm really glad that has happened. But yes, who you find beautiful is definitely a reflection of what your own values and your own thoughts are. And that's why that the whole saying goes, right? That beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. And that's very true. So for me, I think it's a very personal thing to start that change, and it's got nothing to do with India or somewhere abroad or anything like that. It's got to do with your own personal thought about what is beautiful to you and how you deny what is being fed to you. For me, denying that, badi aankhein, khoobsurat aankhein hoti hain, for me that only changed right from my childhood, because I have very small eyes. I was told I was never going to be an actress because मेरी आंखें छोटी हैं. तुम इंडियन नहीं लगती हो, तुमको तो फॉरेन में जाके काम करना चाहिए. All these things I've heard, but the best thing is that I fought that. I fought that not for within anybody else. I fought that in my own head, and it worked for me. I think I see beauty very differently now, very, very differently, and it's a very personal thing, and everybody must try doing that.
Sure. Yeah. I think that's a great thought, Gauhar, and I think that's what we need to do. Kind of break the traditional beliefs around beauty.
Yeah.
So, Gauhar, now we'll be moving to our next section, and this section is actually called Down the Memory Lane. And like I was telling you that we did a little bit of snooping around around you to kind of get a sneak peek view into your life. So what we've done is we've collected a few photos of you, but we would really like to share these with you and kind of ask you to relive those moments with us and share your thoughts around those.
Okay.
So we'll just share these photos with you. Can I have the first photo, please?
Oh, that is my first birthday. That is my first birthday, and as you can see,
wow.
we're in a very humble living. As you can see, my background is not very lavish or modern or anything like that. I came from a very, very, very humble background. But for me, the best part about this picture is how happy I am with my toys, because my dad got me these two dolls. And he specially, not that we could afford much at that time, but I remember the story behind this. My dad had to walk a lot to save some money and to get me these dolls that day. So for me, this picture means the world to me, and how cutely my mom has dressed me. Because if you notice, we didn't have much at all, but my mom makes sure that I'm in a nice silky frock with socks and shoes, because my mom always kept us like perfect, no matter whether paise the ya paise nahi the, but socks and shoes, matlab shoes aise nahi pehen lenge, chappal aise nahi pehen lenge. So those are, I'm sorry, I'm going to get emotional about this, because my parents, mashallah, have done a lot of effort to give us the right seek. And for me, this picture represents all that. So yeah, my mom and dad put together in one picture.
No, Gauhar, really appreciate. Thanks so much for sharing this picture. And I echo your sentiments about parents. So I can understand that this is an emotional picture for you. Yeah. Gauhar, you have siblings. Are you the youngest?
I am the youngest, yes.
So are you pampered?
I am pampered. Everybody pampers me in their own way. But I'm also the mother of the house. So they also see me as somebody responsible. And when people want advice or people have some, हमारी बहन भाई के कुछ ऊपर नीचे हो जाता है, so then they pick up the call and talk to me. So I have a nice balance of being pampered also and being given this responsibility also for the person that I am. Yeah. Sure.
It's a lovely picture of you, between the two dolls, and I like how you're hugging the dolls.
Yeah, that's exactly like that. I was very, very keen about my toys and my things.
Sure. Okay, let's move on to the next picture. Can we have the next picture, please?
Yeah, Mama's girl. I was always very studious. I always excelled in my studies. I always wanted to impress my teachers by doing my homework and making sure that nobody can ever complain about me. So I was also given this name called Geek Khan when I was in acting school, of course. But as a kid, I was very proper. I'm wearing a hairband. Everybody knows me for my hairbands in Bigg Boss, because I wore a lot of hairbands in Bigg Boss. But as you can see, I loved hairbands from childhood itself. This frock my dad had got me from Japan, so I was very possessive about this frock. And as you can see, my mom is so happily looking at me because I am the apple of her eye. I am everything to her. So you can see the love that my mom has, even though I'm not doing anything great in the picture. I'm just doing my homework. But yeah,
Yeah, I think your mom, your mom is, I think, just happy looking at you.
Yeah, even
So,
today.
Gaurav, what was the favorite subject as a kid?
I used to love languages. I used to love English, Hindi, Marathi. I hated history. I hated math. But I would excel in everything. It's not like I would ever, fail in any or if be bad in any of the subjects. But I didn't enjoy studies. Let me just be honest with you. I didn't enjoy studying at all.
Okay. Okay. All right. Next, let's move to the next picture.
This is where did you find this? Okay, this is from my one of the recent dance shows that I had done. It was for Sony Music, and I again in this show I challenged myself to learn more forms, dance forms, and this was a part of a Kathak and a Bollywood mix song. And I love dressing up, as you know, I love dressing up. So this was a part of that song where I think वो गाना है ना अंग्रेजी चिड़िया की खातिर तुमने देसी दिल मेरा तोड़ दिया. So that was a nice mix because we did a Kathak and a Bollywood mix. So we did K-pop plus Kathak, and I think this is from the behind the scenes of that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, okay, let's move to the next picture.
Oh my God, this one. Okay, so this is very interesting. What happened here was, this is actually from Prague. I was in Prague over here. And the funny story behind this is that I love to travel. And every time I travel, I always stay back 2-3 days beyond work that I can explore the place. This time, I think this was last year, if I'm not wrong, I was in Prague only for 6 hours. Literally 6 hours. I landed, I did my show, and I had to fly out immediately because I was going to, another job of mine. And I was so sad because I love to explore Europe. I love to explore places. And here I was just literally touching Prague and getting out. So yeah, this is from that. It was a cricket show.
Sure. Okay. And we have one more picture.
Yeah. Oh, my Snow. That's my Snow. So Snow is my cat. He's my baby boy. He's my son. He's everything to me. This is during the lockdown, actually. You know, I started getting very serious about my workout during the lockdown time because itna sara time tha mere paas. Of course, I had shorter hair here because in December I had cut my hair really short. I think this is from March, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so this was when my home workout and how Snow follows me around everywhere. So this is him not leaving me for a second. My baby.
Cool. Really nice to hear about your moments relived with you, Gauhar.
Thanks.
Now what we'll do is we'll move to the next section. So that's called rapid fire. I'm sure you've done a lot of these.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, we'll be doing one again.
Yeah.
What we've done for the rapid fire round is that we've actually split into two parts.
Yeah.
So the first part is where I'll just ask you a few questions and you just have to answer very quickly.
Okay.
And then in the second part, I will actually be word associations where I'll just read out some words and you need to link it up with some of the projects you've done, either from your modeling, your acting or any of the TV shows.
Okay.
So let's start with part one. So a country or city you hope to visit someday?
Very soon I want to go to Morocco. I want to go to Morocco.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Favorite designer?
Oh, that's tough. Oh, God. I have too many. Yeah. I worked with everybody. I can't pick one.
Okay. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie, I would say Barfi. Barfi is one of my really favorite films. Yeah.
Okay. And acting or modeling?
Acting, any day.
All right, I think we already had that answer earlier. Okay, strangest fan moment.
Strangest fan moment. I've not had any strange moments. I've had really pleasant moments. So all my fan moments have been really emotional and loving. So I won't call them strange.
Okay, that was great, Gauhar. And okay, I'll quickly move to the second round now. So, like I told you, there'll be these word associations.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read out these words. Okay. Okay. So, most gratifying.
Okay.
So you need to
Most
tell me a project
gratifying
that
was winning Big Boss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Winning Big Boss. Winning Big Boss.
Most challenging.
Begum Jaan.
I thought as much. Most eventful.
Eventful was my work with when I was doing Zangura. When I was doing Zangura, the live show that I did for 3 years, that was most eventful. Happily eventful.
Something that could have been better.
I wouldn't say better, but I had a very long scene in Badrinath Ki Dulhania, which they kind of cut out of the main film. I wish that scene was there in the film. So that was a very good scene between me and Varun. Yeah.
And a project where you made the best friends?
A project where I made best friends. The Office. All of us are really, really good friends. And I would also say Zangura. Zangura, we are friends even today. Everybody.
Cool. That was a fun round, Gauhar. Thank you for being such a sport.
Thank you.
Okay. I think we had one more question, and maybe I'll quickly take up that. Gauhar, you mentioned you were a part of Zangura, right? Which was the Kingdom of Dreams.
Yeah.
So Bhupesh has this question, and he wants to ask, did you like working in that, movies or modeling or TV? Which one you liked most? Do you want to talk little about your experience on Zangura because it's live, because it was a live show?
Zangura was the biggest gift of my life. It came at a time where I really needed things to change in terms of emotionally. I was in Bombay and I really, I was praying every day for something to happen, I was going through some kind of a pain, and I was like, I don't want to feel this pain anymore. And that call came right after Rocket Singh released, and they said, will you go to Delhi? Will you live in Delhi? There's a show and you'll get paid this much money. I was like, yeah, of course. I will go to Delhi. I will go anywhere because I just needed to go away from Bombay. And it was quite a challenging step for me because Rocket Singh had just released. I can't tell you what kind of a blessing it was for me. Zangura made me emotionally independent. Zangura made me financially independent. Zangura gave me the best years of my life. Zangura was the gift in so many ways that I can't even begin to describe. The experience of Zangura I can never replace with anything else in my life. I was living in Gurgaon for 2.5, 3 years. It was just the best time I've ever had. I've made best friends. Viraf from Viscraft has just been so kind to me. The Great Indian Nautanki Company, who were the producers of the Kingdom of Dreams. Fabulous. I had the best time. Namrata, project head, she became one of my closest friends. Hussain, Kashmira, everybody, all the dancers of Shamak Dawar's institute. I can't even tell you, it's been just a blessing for me. I keep saying कि मेरा जो पहला second घर था बॉम्बे में, ऐसे ये Zangura की देन है and all of that. So it's just such happy memories, and I can't really choose one out of all my work. I really can't.
Sure. Okay, Saurabh Sharma has another question around Zangura. So he says 1200 sessions of Zangura, and that was extremely grueling. So did you ever get exhausted?
Yeah, I've torn my knee. I've torn my knee muscle in the launch show of Zangura. I was doing the show with a kneecap for 2.5 months after that. and I was told by the doctor that, if you ever want to dance again, you need an operation. I got the operation done, and I was told I need 2.5 months bed rest. Like, I couldn't do much with my knee. I was on stage in 12 days. I was dancing again in 12 days because the Noora gave me that adrenaline that I just couldn't live without. So yes, it was exhausting. I used to do the shows 6 times a week. Then of course it reduced a little bit over the years. I've done shows in a roza as well. जब मैं रोजा भी रखती थी तब भी shows करती थी. So yes, physically very, very exhausting, very demanding, but emotionally and for the art form, very satisfying. I was very, very happy with it.
Sure. Gauhar, looking at your career, it's been very diverse, and it's quite spectacular to see what all you've achieved through this diversity. And, we think that you're someone who comes across as a very bold person, known to speak her mind, stands for her point of view. Yeah. And I think for us at HSBC India, we feel that one thing is something which resonates very well with us, and probably the common thread between us, because even for us at HSBC India, that's the kind of direction we are taking for our brand. In fact, in 2020, we launched our big campaign, which was called India Beyond Boundaries, which also focused on breaking these kind of stereotypes in our society, and taking that extra step both in thought and action. And after having this candid chat with you, we just feel that your life and your journey is actually a testament to this very thought, and that's something we really appreciate, and we really salute you for that.
That's so sweet. Thank you. I wish HSBC India all the very best, and it's a very good concept that if that's the motto you're going to follow around, even with your functioning and the people you associate with, that's a great thought, and I wish you all the best.
Gauhar, just one last question before signing off. I know you told us how you spent your time during the lockdown, and how you've been kept yourself positive, and you have these very positive thoughts. But any advice you want to give to our viewers on how they can keep their spirits up? Any personal anecdote that you want to share with us, or anything that you are following to maintain that positivity?
I always swear by one thing. When you lie down at night, are you going to think about क्या missing है जिंदगी से, या are you going to think about मेरी जिंदगी में क्या अच्छा है? And that makes the difference. God has given you this beautiful thing called life, and I keep praying that anytime anybody tells me कि यार मुझे तो सिर्फ 80 साल तक जीना है, सिर्फ 80 साल का जीना है, मैं कहती हूँ नहीं यार, मुझे 100 साल जीना है, because पता नहीं ये जिंदगी आपको कभी मिलेगी भी या नहीं मिलेगी, and it's the best gift you can have. So for me, if I can give an advice, is that make a beautiful thing called life, be ecstatic about it, be happy about it, spread this joy and positivity no matter who you come across, and that's what will make your life better. I believe that.
Thank you so much, Gauhar, for being with us today. I'm sure our viewers really enjoyed this session and appreciate your candor very much. And with that, we come to the end of today's episode, Starstruck. Thank you, Gauhar, again. And you've given a very inspiring start to our weekend.
Thank you. That's so sweet. And you've done a fab job, Kino. I think I'm giving you an applause for hosting this, because all your research and whoever did your research and however your team has put all this together, it's very impressive, because a lot of times people don't get, the nitty-gritties of an interview. They don't understand कि यार बोलना क्या चाहिए, जो Google पे मिलता है वो फटाफट पूछ लेते हैं. But you've gone into the details of, I'm actually amazed, how did you know all this information about me, about the little nuances, so good job on that, and I have had a great time talking to everybody at HSBC India, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Gauhar. It was really a pleasure speaking with you, and I really enjoyed the session. And I would also like to thank our viewers for all the questions and all the love. And I would just like to tell everyone that do tune in for the next edition of Starstruck next Friday, same time, 5 p.m. Till then, stay home and stay safe.
Bye-bye. Thank you.